Now that was a beautiful performance by the Toronto Raptors on all sides of the floor. But first, before we start talking about the game, I just want to give a shout out to my main man Malik. We met up at the game today, took a few photos, had a chat. It was great. It was cool. Really appreciate it, man. And hey, we got to see the Raptors win and play a really, really good game as they beat the Dallas Mavericks 100-78. Now, I don't even know where to start. Let's start right where we usually do with the statistics, because this kind of showed how the Raptors played in this one. Dallas only shoots 36% from the field, whereas the Raptors shoot 47%. So that's a very big difference. And also, they took more shots, so you're in a good spot there. Dallas only shoots 28% from three, whereas the Raptors shoot 36%. 36%. We have had an issue with the three ball over the last few games. It has been really bad. But today, it just felt like they were all sinking. It was weird. And they only shot 36%, but it just felt great to see them start to fall. And it was just a great game overall, obviously. Dallas only shoots 69% from the free throw line, whereas the Raptors shoot 94%, 17 of 18. And if I'm not mistaken, that was one JV free throw miss really early in the game. So, and overall, the Raptors played a great game on the offensive floor, but also on the defensive floor. They out-rebounded the Dallas Mavericks by 21. That's right. 55-34 were that's pretty crazy if you ask me. Also the offensive boards, Raptors 9, Mavericks 7. And also something that has been a real issue for this team is the ball movement. We've seen a lot of just dribbling it out and staying on the perimeter and then just taking a shot. But the ball movement tonight was crisp and it was beautiful, especially in that second half where the Raptors just turned it up and they looked really, really good in that whole second half. But nonetheless, overall, they were moving the ball. It was humming. It was looking good. And they were getting clean looks and they were knocking them down. That's what we like to see. 7 steals to the Mavericks 4. That's a positive. 6 blocks, 6-6. So it was split. 12 turnovers. Not a huge fan of that, but nonetheless, when you do everything else right and your defense is great, those 12 turnovers don't turn into a lot of points off turnovers, right? So you're in an okay spot there. Now let's start talking about specific details and players and all that kind of stuff. Norman Powell, guys, had a really, really good night. 31 minutes, he had 19 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, and he was 6 of 8 shooting for 75%. He was 5 of 5 from the free throw line and 2 of 4 from 3. Norman Powell didn't force a shot. He took what he got. He took what the Mavericks were giving him, and he looked really good. He was solid out there on both sides of the floor. Again, the whole team was. And, Serge Ibaka didn't get 1 point. He had no points in 32 minutes, but he had 9 rebounds and 2 blocks. I'm okay with that from Serge. I understand that, we need him when Kyle Lowry's not here. But when you have the rest of the team stepping up the way they did tonight, Serge can have more of a defensive edge to him, and that's what he did in this one. Like I said, 9 boards, really active on defense, 2 blocks to go along with that, and a really good game. Another thing, JV, only 23 minutes in this one, but he had 14 points, 12 boards, 2 assists, and a block on 5 of 11 shooting, 4 of 5 from the line. So, JV with a great night. Now, I understand. Trust me, I would have liked to see JV play more than 23 minutes. I get that. But the unit that was out there was working it. So I was okay with it. But if Dallas came back and they did not throw JV out there, I would have lost it. But the Raptors held back, and the second unit, more or less, did a great, great job, defensively on the floor. Corey Joseph only had the 9 points. He had a board, 4 assists. But again, I thought he was pretty good on the defensive end as well. DeMar DeRozan, that's more like DeMar DeRozan. That is it. He only had 25 points, but he had 6 boards, 2 assists, and 2 steals. And here we are. 10 of 17 for 58% on 4 of 4 from the free throw line as well. And that's the DeMar DeRozan we want to see. Consistency. And, you can score 20, 25 points, DeMar. That's fine by me. If you shoot a good percentage, that's the big one. And he did in this one, and he led the team in points, and he did a great, great job tonight. Fred VanVleet, I thought was fantastic on the defensive end. He was active all over the place. He was doing a great job. Only had 5 points, 2 boards, all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I thought he was really good. He knocked down a big 3 late in the game. I thought he was really good. And Patrick Patterson, there has been a lot of talk about him not being that 3-point specialist he used to be, and just not being as noticeable as he should be. Especially with Kyle out, you need a guy who can drain threes, and that's usually your guy. And in this one, I thought he was pretty good. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 4 of 6 shooting, 3 of 5 for 60% from 3. That's a great job by him. DeLon Wright, I thought he was really good. Again, this is all the second unit. Patterson, DeLon Wright, Fred VanVleet. DeLon had 11 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. He was 4 of 8 shooting for 50%. The second unit did a really good job. PJ Tucker didn't have a lot of points. Pirtle, I thought, was active on the glass. I thought he was good. And it was just a great game all around. When you can hold a team, I don't care who you're facing, to 78 points, for goodness sake, you're giving your team a bang-up chance to win that game. And the Raptors did that in this one, and they did a really, really good job. Now, if we're going breakdown quarter by quarter, the Raptors lost the first quarter by 1. But then the rest of the way, they did their job. The second quarters have kind of been a demon for the Raptors, but hey, in this one, it was good. They were plus 5, 25-20. Third quarter, 29-20. And in the fourth quarter, 21-12. The Raptors buckled down defensively when they needed to. They only gave up 32 points in that second half. The Raptors were fantastic this game. This is the type of win with Kyle Lowry out of the lineup. This is the type of performance we're going to have to see. But it's not going to be easy to stop Russell Westbrook in the next one. It really isn't. So if we're talking standings and we're talking about teams above us and below us, positives, it's not really many negatives, really. I mean, Wizards lost to the Timberwolves, so that's good. And the Hawks lost to the Spurs. So if we're looking at this the way it is, we are still a ways back of Boston and Washington. However, we gained a little bit of ground on Atlanta and kind of pushed them back a little bit. That's what we want, especially since we lost to Atlanta. We need to keep the ball rolling. We need to keep doing our job, and that's what we did in this one. But like I said, the next one, Thursday night, Oklahoma City is in town. Westbrook, arguably the MVP of this year. I mean, people can say Harden, people can say other guys. When you're averaging a triple-double, I mean, you really got to be considered as the MVP because that's a joke. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, especially, obviously, with Kyle out. It's not going to be easy. But, like I said, if the team can find a way to contain Westbrook, even in the slightest, and the team can shoot the way they did today, they have an opportunity to beat the Thunder. It's not going to, like I've continuously said it, but I'm going to say it again. It is not going to be easy. This team's got to grind. It's got to fight. It's got to claw. No pun intended against the Raptor logo, Not sure why I just did that. But you know what? It's all about the fun, right? If the Raptors can find a way to beat Oklahoma City and get on a 2-game win streak and win the first night of the back-to-back, because then you head to Detroit to take on the Pistons, they need this win. They got a good one tonight. They got to keep the ball rolling. They really, really do. So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the game, because, picture perfect game, hit that like button. I do appreciate that, you guys. Hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't already. And comment down below what you guys thought of this game. Who'd you like? Who'd you not like? I mean, come on. There's a lot of people liking this one. PJ Tucker didn't have a great percentage shooting, but really, defensively, the guy's a stud. What'd you guys think? And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night, Leafs edition, as they are in Florida taking on the Panthers. Florida obviously clinging to their playoff hopes. Leafs, obviously with the second wild card spot, trying to hang on and push the Panthers down. And also, like we've been talking about, Thursday Raptors edition, as they are still at home. They need these home games right now, taking on Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. It'd be nice to get on a winning streak right about now, wouldn't it? We'll see you guys then.